Okay, let's try this again. Take two. Hey everyone, this is Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. How are you doing today? Wow, I didn't realize I looked so pale. Sorry about that. Trying to make use of the sunlight while we still have some. A couple things in the mail today. I wanted to use one right away, so I decided I would come on and do this quickly. I am not feeling well at all. But the good news is I finally got my script. Didn't get it until yesterday. This has been after I got them at like noon yesterday. I have done nothing but sleep. I got up, took a shower, new jammies. I still can't eat anything. I'm getting ready to take another dose here in a couple minutes, and I'm gonna lay down. So I wanted to show you what came in. First of all, there is this bag. This is what I'm most excited for. This is my Christmas present from, I guess, a combination of my husband and my daughter, I'll say, because they both gave me gift cards. And I'll say half of it came from his and half of it came from hers because this is what I really, 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 really wanted, which was a bag from Ella. No catchy name, Ella. If you don't watch her, I will try to remember to link her Etsy shop down below. I don't want to cut anything I'm not supposed to. Was going to find them all of a sudden. Why? This is not like the bag that I really wanted, but I fell in love with it anyway. Everybody knows yellow's my color, and this is a golden yellow. Got a box bottom. She had a sunflower one that I really, really wanted, but I wanted to make sure that I got the pouch with it, and that was already gone because she only had enough material to make one pouch, and she had made 3 drawstring bags. And I already have 2 drawstring bags of hers. I wanted an actual regular project bag that had a box bottom. It has a matching project bag. Here it is. And it is quilted. Oh, I'm so in love. And I love, she's got her little tag. This is no catchy name. Let's see if you can see that. No catchy name. It's got a yellow lining. Really pretty yellow. I was thinking this was more of a golden yellow and on the inside and on the outside. And this is a little bit more of a golden, but this is like almost my favorite color of yellow, which is like a buttercup yellow. There we go. And here is the project bag. Little red zipper. First seeing that, I wasn't sure. I was like, but you know, that's actually nice because if this is in here and I've got yarn in here, I should be able to see it better with the zipper. And then gold, or the buttercup yellow in there. I love, 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 love her project bags. I mean, her notion pouches. So here I have my new tape measure that I just got from Knit Picks. My scissors that I just, I'm going to need that to open the other bag. So let me put that there. Those will go in here. The light bulb stitch markers that I've never used. I won these in a giveaway from J Hook Crochet. And I just got some new Clover bent tip tapestry needles. Those are in here. I will add more stuff in here later. We're going to fill this here in a minute. But we're going to check out my other bag first. And I want to see sometimes she writes something on the receipt, just a thank you. But with the new baby and everything, I'm like, I know she doesn't have time to watch with anything right now. I was so excited to see that because it wasn't supposed to come yet. It wasn't supposed to be here until Monday. And the same with this. This was not supposed to be until Monday. Yeah, this is from Premier Yarns. I had to check and see because I've got two different things of yarn that was supposed to come, and I thought this was Premier, but I have Joann's that's supposed to come, and that's actually supposed to come tomorrow. So, I will not have any more unboxings unless either I like win some yarn. I'll always have my knit crate because I'll get that every month. I've got to start saving some money. We have some repairs that have to be done in this house. And even though everything I get are geared for projects, um, which are either for people who are paying for it or it's going to be for, Christmas presents or Mother's Day presents, or whatever. Yeah, I got to keep my eyes out for the good sales when I need yarn. So, and that's what this was. This was not on my radar to purchase. Um, I had watched, oh, what is her name? Bella, I'm sorry. Bella Uncito or something like that. Stands for Beautiful Crochet. I know that. I was watching her. Was it her? No, it was not her that I was watching. It was. I'm not going to think of her name. Rose is in her channel name. She's somebody new that I've just started watching not too long ago. Something the Rose Garden or something. And she was showing what Premier had on clearance. And she was showing that they had the Xiao Chow Baby. That's it, Chow Baby. Xiao Chow Baby. Um, and I almost bought some then. But then I was like, no, and I waited a little bit, and they had another color. If I would have gotten it then, I probably would have gotten all three. But then I was watching Cinnamon Stitches, and she was talking about how much she loves this yarn and how she saw it was on clearance and she had just gotten some, and how the price was so amazing. Well, see, when I saw that it was on clearance the first time and almost bought it, I didn't realize how amazing the price was because I didn't look to see how much was in a skein. So, and on that note, this one's open, so I will pull it out. I have two different colors here. I have mint and gray. And this is, where does it say? This is a number 3, a light number 3. This is soft. It's pulling. It's definitely pulling the moisture out of my hands. But I also hand washed some things. So I had laundry soap that did that earlier. So, yeah, but this is really, really, I can't believe how soft this is. It's 557 yards, 510 meters per 7 ounces, 200 grams. And let me see if it is in here with me. They had it on sale for $3.49. $3.49 for a 7-ounce ball, and I believe it's normally 10 or 12 or something like that. And then I happened to look at my points because I never looked at my Premier points, and I had enough to get $10 off. So these were, say, $4, $16, and take off 10. I got all of these for $6. Can you say wow? Or you can say, okay, yeah, I got all these for 16 and I got free shipping. So I got the mint, two of them. And if I would have gotten it when I first saw it, they also had pink. So much pink yarn right now. I really don't need any more pink. And then I also got the gray. I have, well, I showed the tie babies that I got. And I have 3 loveys to make to go around those. I was thinking, especially for the little boy, I could do mint and gray. Um, but I can do mint and gray for the little girl, too. And the other one, we're not sure if it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. But then I was reminded, too, that my best friend, her daughter's birthday, her second birthday is March 30th. So I want to make her a little sundress. So, so yeah, I'm going to use that. I've got to find the right pattern. I'll probably use both colors together, the mint and the gray. I think that would be really pretty. Tell me what you think. If you don't think it goes together, let me know. If you think it would go together, great. Um, let me know that too. I mean, I'm pretty good at figuring out what can go together okay, but as far as I'm concerned, gray can go with anything. So I think mint and gray should be okay. Um, just depending on what kind of dress I find to make. So she's wearing 18-month size, so I'll be looking for an 18-month. 18, depending on the make of the dress. If I can make her a 24-month dress so that she can have it to wear longer, I may do that because I don't know, when little kids have growth spurts, boom. And I would hate to go through all the trouble of making it, and she wears an 18-month size right now, and then have her not be able to wear it because she has a growth spurt. So yeah, that's my plans. I want to find a cute little sundress and make her a sundress. So, and that is that. And we are at 24 minutes. And, oh, I was going to fill the bag. Let me see. I have a couple that I want to put in it. Not one of them. Okay. It's funny because I told my husband, I said, oh, I have to empty out a bag because I'm going to start a project today. And I had really wanted to start the project before I came on, but then I really need this to put the yarn in for the project. So I need to see, I move things around here. Is the yarn still over here? No. I may not be doing it after all because, oh, it's in here. I am going to be using, I just got this from the Dollar Tree, the Dollar More Tree, as my husband calls it now. And there is a crochet along I'm going to use this with. It's the one that I have not told you guys what it is that I'm doing because I wanted to see if I could even do it before telling you what it was. And I'm putting these two together. So it needs like a dark and a light. So what do you think? I love this color. It's colored brindle. It's Brava yarn from We Crochet. So thought I had gotten a color like that at oh, and my yarn label just broke. at the Dollar Tree, but I didn't. I got a color that's it's a little too close to the tweed color. I was just so happy to see tweed that, oh, I forgot. No, I want this to stay in here. That's why. See, my brain is just not functioning. There are, I may need bobbins, and there are already yarn bobbins in this bag. Okay, that is right. This bag is for this. The baby blanket that I'm finishing up. That you guys have seen. This is going in there. And oh, I want to show you, since I have this out, started the row that's going to be the pink. And then it's going to go back into the granny stitch in gray above it. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. I mean, I won't know for sure until I'm done with it and then I start the granny stitch, but I better like it because this is a little, I mean, it's not hard to do. It's very time consuming. So, yeah. And since we last talked, it was there. So I got all of that done. I was working on this while I was feeling crappy because I had to do something to keep my mind off of everything. And since it was just the granny stitch, it wasn't hard to do at all. Now, I watched the other night, I was going to tell you guys real quick too. There's a couple things I wanted to tell you. My brain just does not want to remember all of this for me today. I watched Belfast finally, and I am so in love with the movie. If you have wanted to see the movie and you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend it. I have always been a history buff when it comes to things like the war and that, because my grandpa was in World War II. So I always like to hear him talk about World War II and everything that he did. There we go. That's how it looks with that in there. I was going to put another project in here. I'm not sure. That's a little bit fuller than I thought it was going to be. I think the bag that I saw somebody talk about how big it was and how much it held was a little bit larger in size, but this one is perfect for me. Just perfect for when I have things and I'm working on them and I am going to the doctor's office, like when I have to go down for my fill that I'm not looking forward to now in a couple weeks because of the hospital situation. This is another project I'm working on. This will fit in. That way, if I keep my two current projects together, I have no reason to not get it done. And to say, I don't know where it's at. All I have to do is get a couple, although I have them on the projects already, a couple of the regular stitch markers like I regularly use, and then it will be perfect. But there we go. Now these I was going to put in there too, but these I can just put back in here. These are what I've been using for the squares for the Bag O' Day crochet along. And I promise I am going to show those to you. But we are at a half an hour now. I spent way too much time discussing the med situation earlier. I think I may go in and splice. So if you don't see me talking about my meds, it's because I spliced it out. Because this is more important to me. I meant to bring the book out here with me, and I forgot to. There is a book that, first of all, that I want to read. I bought it to read. Um, but when I was so out of it the other day, and I was talking with a friend of mine who happens to be a content creator, um, Cynthia, um, and now I'm not going to think of Cynthia's channel's name. Wow. I am sorry, Cynthia. She does devotionals every morning. She has the traveling box. Um, but sorry, it's my brain. Anyway, her and I were talking, and I told her one thing I would really like to do, and the reason I was talking to her is because I thought that she had read a book online before, and she did, but it wasn't like a book like I want to read. I would like to read a book to you guys, chapter by chapter, and I wasn't sure how to go about that. Well, in my talking to her, and I had looked up things, I have found what to do. So, cross your fingers, and I'm crossing mine. Um, I need to send an email to the publisher, and it has it laid out in the book fantastically. The email, what to do if you need their permission to use the book, to read it, to whatever. Um, they have an email address that you can write to, and the book is called Room, and they made a movie about it. I am very big into um, suspense novels. Um, I'm into true crime, and that's one reason why this book appealed to me, because I actually thought it was based off of a true crime story. And what it is it's a story that was triggered by a true crime story. Um, it's actual fiction, the book is, but the woman who wrote it, when she was watching one of the stories of, you know, the different ones a few years ago, well, it's been a little bit more than a few years ago now, of the women who were being kept by different captors. There was the one in Cleveland. Um, that one hit me kind of hard because I had been at Cleveland Clinic and I had been around the area, like where the first girl had been taken. And when she was describing where she was when the guy, picked her up in that, I was like, oh wow, I'd been there, so it made it all hit home even more so. I mean, it was a terrible story all around, but it made it, hit even harder. Um, but the story that made her trigger, it's the one, it happened, I can't remember what state now. It happened on the East Coast, and it was a guy who kept his daughter captive, and he had 7 children with her. I believe he kept them captive in the basement. So, but this is a book about a woman who's being held captive, and she had a baby. And if I remember right from what I've read from it, it's narrated through the child's eyes, because at the telling of the story, I think I want to say 6. So, would you guys be interested in it? Um, if nobody is interested at all, then there's really no sense in me doing it. But reading also helps to distress me, and for some reason, reading aloud helps me even more. I just thought it would be something that I could do. Now, I may email them and ask for permission and they can tell me, nope, sorry, can't do that. So, I don't know if, if it'll happen or not. If it doesn't, I will try and find a book from before the copyright laws started. So I don't know what kind it would be. I told her, I said, maybe even my Little House on the Prairie books. Um, but I don't know where they're at. Those are put up and put away. And we had a lot of things get ruined when we stored things out in our garage and there was a big storm and a tree branch fell on the garage and broke through the roof and in such a position that we didn't know that it happened. And so the roof was open to elements for quite a while. So we lost a lot of stuff. I lost all my photographs and stuff that I took when I was younger, and that's killer to me. Major killer. Um, I used to be a photo buff. I used to take pictures of anything and everything you can think of. But anyway, I will find something. If you guys are interested, I will find something. Um, and if you are interested, tell me what kind of genres you're interested in. I would really love to be able to write the publishers of Mary Higgins Clark and read her book, one or two of her books. I have read every single one, I think, except for maybe one or maybe two now. There are some of her later ones that I haven't read. There's two that I got sitting in my room waiting for me to read them. Her books are ones, though, that I get so into them that I need to have a whole weekend without any distractions because I read straight through until I can barely keep my eyes open, and then I'll go to sleep, and then I'll wake up the next day and I'll finish the rest. So she writes in such a way, or I should say she wrote, because unfortunately she has passed. Um, she wrote in such a way that it just kept me hooked through the whole entire book because she shows you the perspective of so many different people in the story. You're like, you have, you may think it's this person, and then wow, oh my goodness, it turns out to be this person. Never saw that coming, and it's just, if you have never read a Mary Higgins Clark's book, you need to go pick one up. If you like suspense, I tell you, you should go pick one up and read one or get the audiobook. The only thing I don't like about audio, I I use the app that comes from um, the library for audiobooks. So, it's free because I can't afford Audible. And the only thing that I can say that I don't like about Audible books is sometimes, the app skips. And I know that I tried Audible for free and even Audible skipped. So there's times that, it's like, okay, you're going through the story and you don't even realize it skipped because it doesn't make like a skipping noise, or something. And all of a sudden you're thinking, oh wow, how, sometimes it skips like 3 or 4 chapters and it's like, how did we go from here to there? And then that's how I realized one time that it skipped. But there was one time that it only skipped, like half a chapter and I had no clue that it skipped. And I was like, well, wait a minute. So, but I happened to see it that time. I happened to see it. I had just opened the program back up and it was on it. And then it went, and you saw all these numbers like fly by. And I was like, oh, goodness. So, yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about Audible books is you have to be on top of it to make sure that it's not going to skip. So, anyway, tell me what you think below in the comments. if you would like for me to start reading books, if I can find some that I'm allowed to read, um, or if you're not a big fan of that. If I have enough people interested, I will definitely write, and look into it. I'm also thinking of maybe, I had thought of doing this before. I told you I'm trying to get the crochet, where we sit and crochet together in like a Zoom meeting or something together. And I needed to wait until I was feeling better to do that. Another thing that I was thinking of is maybe making it into like a sit and crochet and book club all at the same time. And that way we could all read a book. Like we could read a Mary Higgins Clark book and then sit and discuss it. So if you like that idea too. So reading to you, book club, and plus I'm still waiting to hear more people who might like the, sit and crochet together. So I don't want it to be where I just am on live and I'm sitting and crocheting. And yeah, I can have people come up. So far, everybody's, oh, I wouldn't want to come up. Um, my best friend, she's been on with me before, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to be the only one up there and crocheting, which, yeah, your guys are home crocheting, but then I have to read everything and then it's harder for me to try to crochet, and a little bit of the fun out of it, where if we all get on a Zoom and turn our cams on and we can just talk and crochet at the same time. So, anyway, I'm getting off of here now because I can barely keep my eyes open and I need to take meds still and I have to pick up the mess that I made around me. And, yeah, I think I'm going to edit out that med talk. So, I will talk to you guys later. Remember, you matter. You matter to me so much. And you are beautiful and gorgeous. And for you men out there, you're handsome. And just remember, you may not feel well. You may feel as nasty as I've been feeling, but there's still somebody out there who thinks you matter. And you will always matter to me, always. Try to have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.